Hey guys, how's it going? Michael here again. I just wanted to make this video so I could show you guys my personal dynamic stretch routine that I like to implement before my workout as a warm-up. So if you've seen my other video I made on dynamic stretching versus static stretching, you do want to reserve static stretching for post-workout. Dynamic stretching will be before the workout in order to warm up the muscles, really prime them, and get them nice, hot, ready, and pliable so we can actually put some forces to those muscles and really get them in the optimal state to hit the machines, weights, whatever you're doing. So as I said before, the dynamic stretch is going to be working through a range of motion. It's not like a static stretch where you're going to be holding the stretch for a minimum of 30 seconds in order to bring that muscle further apart and loosen it and lengthen it. That would be a static stretch. So we're going to do the dynamic stretch routine right now that I would do before my workout every day in the gym. So let's get to it. So the way I like to start out, I will work from top to bottom with my warm-ups. But starting off, I'll do some arm circles. So you'll put your arms out to the side. Make sure those shoulder blades are tucked down and back. Optimal posture here. You want to do everything with great posture, great alignment. So you'll start, and I'll do 8 small circles. One direction. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To 8 big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we'll do the same thing the opposite way. So 8 small circles, 8 large circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your shoulders should already be feeling really good, really warmed up. I know mine do right now. They feel fantastic. A lot better than they were before. So the next stretch I'm going to hit right now is going to be for the rotator cuff. And for these, you're going to stick your arms straight out to the side. You don't want them too far up or too far down. You want them straight out. Now from here, pinch those shoulder blades back and down. And we're going to do the same concept as before, slow and controlled. This is the farthest we'll go here, and then we'll bring them back up. Do 16 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And what I'm doing right now, I kind of just like to do between my stretches, kind of help warm up the chest and the back and shoulders. So I'm closing the back off when I'm coming this way. When I open up this way, I'm really opening the chest up, really exaggerating that movement to where my chest is fully open, back is fully open, then back and forth. You do these 16 times around. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And the reason why I love doing those is they're really simple, really easy, really straightforward. Great for opening up this area through here, as well as the thoracic region in your back. That's where I feel it the most personally. But also in the rear delts, traps, all that upper body area, you're going to feel that dynamic stretch as well. So the next one I like to do from here even though it technically is at the top of the body, we're going to do our neck rolls. So for these, they're pretty simple. You do want to be very careful with doing these. Go nice and slow at first because the cervical spine can be a little sensitive, especially depending on the angle that you have and how much force you're putting into it. So just be very gentle at first. I would suggest starting with smaller circles and then progressing to larger circles. And if you can't do neck circles, you can always do nose circles, which is essentially where you'll follow your nose in circles. But the neck circles are going to be much larger than that. So if you do have trouble with those, start with the nose circles. But for the neck circles, you're going to stand straight up and then just slowly roll through. 16 reps each direction. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And like I said, this is something you do not want to rush, especially for the neck. If there's anything to go slow and steady on, it's your neck rolls. Because there's a lot of times when I'll be working on mine before a workout and I'll be going too fast, too hasty, not paying attention, and I'll feel a pop, and it's very uncomfortable. It's not anything that's seriously concerning. It could potentially be, but always go slow. You always want to go slow at the neck circles. Anything in the cervical spine here, you want to be very careful with. All right, now we're going to do 16 rolls the other way. I have to remember which way I went. Nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And if you notice any popping in your neck, I noticed some, particularly in this area. And what I'll do to adjust for that, if I feel any popping in the neck, it's typically because I'm not in a good postural alignment. So anytime your body is out of whack, that's also going to throw your cervical spine out of alignment, because obviously everything is all tied together here. So what you want to do is make sure that core is braced tight, pelvis is tucked under, chest is up nice and high, and those shoulder blades are relaxed down and back. Now if you start out there and you do the rolls, they're very easy going, but if you just start off doing some rolls with some bad posture, it's not going to feel too good. I'm not even going to try it. I'm a little scared too, but I hope you guys get what I'm saying there. The next thing that we're going to do is going to be another one for the neck. We're going to tilt our head, tilt our ear to each shoulder. It's good posture, so tuck that core in, pelvis tucked under, chest nice and high, back relaxed. So each ear to one shoulder is 1 rep. 2, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to go all the way to the shoulder, it's just the concept of it, by the way. 5, 6, I'm a little tight this morning. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and try not to be moving your shoulders towards your ears when this happens as well. Just try to move strictly your head. Try not to even move your neck. if that makes sense. All right, and that dynamic stretch is actually going to be for your traps here, which also play a big role in your neck, shoulders as well. They're all connected. So this one is going to be great for warming up everything up here, the shoulder girdle, the neck, traps, all that good stuff. So if you're hitting upper body at the gym, this is going to be a really good warm up for that. So if you're ever trying these out and you actually get this whole dynamic routine into your workout and you notice you're still tight in your neck before you hit upper body, just do this one a little longer. And same for all the other muscle groups we're going to go through here. If you notice that one thing is still tight after you do this dynamic routine, then try another set of them. It never hurts. These are great to be warming up with. Like I said, really get the blood flowing and the muscles warmed. But the next one we're going to do is going to be shoulder rolls. So for the shoulder rolls, don't start them yet, but I'm just going to kind of explain how they work. So we're going to get in that optimal posture, as I mentioned before, core tucked, pelvis tucked under, chest nice and high, shoulders relaxed back. From here, we're going to roll our shoulders forward, up as far as we can towards the ears, back, really exaggerating that movement, and then down as far as we can. And then up, back, down. So we're going to do that at more of a pace like this, really exaggerating the motion the whole way through. So we're trying to really reach that max range of motion with all these body parts. Don't force it, but push it. So you can push it a little bit, but don't force it. You can force it later on once you get very acquainted with the dynamic stretch routine, because you'll be familiar with the boundaries that you can really push your body. But for now, don't push it too hard. Just take it a little easy at first, especially if you're just starting out. But we're going to do 16 rolls each direction. So let's start off by doing forward rolls with the shoulders, really exaggerating that movement. So this one's going to be really awesome for really warming up the pecs, the lats, the rear delt, shoulders, traps, everything essentially from here all the way up to here. You're going to warm it up really nicely with these. All right, let's do 16 reps backwards now. Really exaggerating that movement. And guys, don't forget, every time you do these stretches, it's crucial to remember to breathe. This is something that I even struggle with now. I struggled with it big time when I started out working out. It's the same concept when you're in the gym. You don't want to hold your breath when you're trying to pump a rep through. The same thing applies to stretching. So really focus on steadying your breath, really keeping it consistent. Don't take huge gasps at times and then smaller gasps the next moment. So really try to focus on keeping that breathing consistent when you are doing these stretches. The next one here, we're going to use a resistance band. If you guys have one, great. If not, that's no big deal. I did just want to include this one because it is a phenomenal warm up for the back muscles. But essentially what you're going to do is hold it out just slightly wider than shoulder width apart. You may have to go a little wider depending on the intensity of the band. This This one's up there in intensity, but it's not crazy. But the whole concept here we're going for, you want to start off high, spread it apart, and bring it down to your chest. And I'll turn around so you guys can see. This actually is going to warm up your scapula, your rhomboids, your traps, lats, everything in your back. This is going to warm up all at once, even your shoulders, grip, your forearms, all that good stuff. It's going to warm up really nicely. But if you guys pay attention here, so I'm in a good postural position here. Got that pelvis tucked under, core tight, back down, shoulder or chest up. Now from here, I'm going to pull down, bring it to my chest. So it's really working that back. And for these, it's the same concept in the range of 16 reps. So let's get started on these. If you guys have a band, let's jump on it. But if not, no big deal. Like I said, we can progress further from here. That's just something I wanted to add in because it is super valuable, super easy, especially if you have a band. It is something that's really, really simple and efficient to warm up with. So like I said, you want to tuck that pelvis under, tightening your glutes up. Keep that core engaged, chest up, shoulders relaxed down. Now, hold that up high, and we're going to pull it down to the chest. Hands can go past the chest. But I always like to pull it down to my chest, let it rest there. Pull my arms a little further. Just 2 reps. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Beautiful. And you should feel a lot of warmth in your back after those if you did follow through the exercise with me, especially in your lats, rhomboids, all that good stuff. It's going to warm up really nicely. It's essentially like doing a small set on a machine for back before your workout, before your working set. It's kind of like that. So obviously you're not just using your body for that one, you're using a resistance band as well. But that is a dynamic warm-up as well. So don't think of dynamic warm-ups as just simply body, using your body, but you can use things like bands and weight as well. From here, I'm going to show you the next warm-up we're going to do, which is for the core. Now for here, you're going to want to tuck that pelvis under, keep that chest nice and high, shoulder relaxed back. What I like to do is keep my hands here and just, so we're not moving anything at all from here down. Make sure all that stays stationary. You want that stone. You don't want it to move at all. So from here, you're just rotating through the trunk, really focusing on contracting the muscles through to make that movement happen. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now we're going to do 16 the opposite direction. So remember to keep everything from the hips down solid. You don't want it moving at all. Focusing on contracting the core to really make that movement happen. So not only does that warm up the core, the abdominals, but it's also going to warm up your lower back and your back as well, because it's obviously part of the core just on the back side. So that's going to be a great warm up for the back as well as the core. Next one we're going to get into is going to be for the hips. So you've probably seen many people doing these. SpongeBob's the one who made it big, but we're going to make it even better here. They're going to be hip circles. So we're going to bring it around town. So here we're going to keep our feet shoulder width apart, hands on the hips. And now we're going to try to keep everything from the hips up solid, tight. And we're just going to roll through as far as we can each direction, 16 reps each way. Slow and easy. Really exaggerating it. Ooh. All right, once we get 16 reps that way, we're gonna take it around the other direction now. Nice and easy. Don't force these. Very gentle with the hips. I know for a lot of people they're super tight. They are on me. A lot of the sitting we do every day is gonna tighten those up. Man, I felt it quite a bit around here. Personally, that's where I feel it a lot. I feel a lot of movement and blood and flow coming into this area, which is great for the hips. Really good way to warm it up there. The next warm up I want to add in here, it's going to be a version of a lunge. So we're going to be warming up the legs, but we're also going to be doing a rotation. So that's going to be for the trunk here, the thoracic region, the back, the core, all that good stuff. It's also going to warm that up as well as your legs and your hips. So start just standing, take 1 foot forward, keep that back knee up. Now from here, we are going to bring this right arm onto the right knee. From here, keeping the upper body as straight as possible, we're going to bring the left hand up. This one requires a lot of balance, guys. So if you need to bring that back knee down, that's also fine. Just try to keep that upper body straight. Good posture. And if you do opt for putting the knee on the ground, it might just be easier to kind of bring the arm down on the right side of the right leg. Do 16 of these. All right, we're gonna switch to the other side. So we're gonna bring that left foot forward and that right knee to the ground, or keep it hovering, whichever you prefer. Really take these nice, slow and easy. Don't rush these. especially because there's a lot of balance involved, so you don't want to rush these. Adjust as you need to. If you need to bring that back foot up a little bit, get some better balance, that's fine. The main component we're focusing on is keeping the upper body stiff, straight, good posture. Feeling that movement through there. Beautiful. I know those are really challenging, but I want to throw those in there because I don't want to leave any stone unturned. That one in particular is going to be awesome for this area of the back. It's a lot of that thoracic region, a lot of the lats. This is going to be an awesome warm-up for. So you guys can choose to do this one, throw it away, it's up to you. I just want to make sure I showed you guys all of my dynamic stretches that I go through before every warm-up, or workout, I'm sorry. Next one we're going to do is for the knees. So crouch down slightly, hands on the knees. And we're going to do very small circles with the knees. They don't have to be big, very small. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, that brings one last dynamic stretch